G'day YouTube, and welcome to the ASX review for the 24th of January 2020. Hope you guys had a good Australia Day. I sure as hell did. We went into the city. We stayed in the city for the last couple of nights, and went to the fireworks last night. They were really good, really good. The show was awesome. The atmosphere was awesome. It's just a really good night. I think Perth do it really well, the Australia Day event. And long may it live. Okay, so anyway, let's get straight into the ASX review for last week. The XJO ended up 0.37%, about 26 points that was, to close at 7,090.5 points. 79 stocks were up, 114 stocks were down, and 7 stocks remain unchanged. Sort of interesting that they were up for the week, but 79 stocks were up and 114 were down. I just found that a little bit intriguing that the difference was so vast when the market was up. I don't know what that's telling us. Maybe we'll find out this week. So let's have a look at the top gainers. The number one for this week, again taking top position as it did last week, was PolyNovo, up another 15.51%. That's up a total of about 40% over the last 2 weeks, where it's come from just on $2 to $2.83. It's doing really well. Congrats if you're riding that one up. Second was Afterpay, ended at $37, 11.38%. Third there was SLR, which is Silver Lake Resources, up 11.35%. Fourth, FMG, which is just having a rollicking run, up 9.38% to finish at $12.48. And last one on the list there is one that I own, so I'm happy with that. It's Adelaide Brighton ABC. Was it $3.93? It finished out up 7.67% for the week, and that's also having a pretty good run. I got into them not too long back at about $3.13, so they've been pretty solid for me thus far. What are we going to look at? FMG. I was just going to have a quick look at the iron ore price, which this is the 3-year chart there, and that's might be the scribble in red. And that was the run up in the first half of 2019. The iron ore price went from the mid 60s up to, I think it got over $120 at one stage, before coming back a fair way back to around the $80 mark. So it seems to be in a long-term uptrend, iron ore, and now it's had another good little run over the last and early this year, up to around $95 currently. I just wanted to compare that with what's been going on with FMG, which is this slide here. Now, as you can see, the price in FMG was sort of trundling along just as the iron ore price was back in 2017 and 18. Then at the start of last year, it has taken off. And as the iron ore price come back in July last year, FMG did, but then it took off again. And you can see there, it's got up near $13 after starting about 18 months ago below $4. So that's getting close to a good 250-300% gain over the say the last 18 months. So doing awesomely well. It's just coming out with some quality figures basically, and one of the issues that the market had with FMG is it was carrying a lot of debt, but its balance sheet is starting to look rock solid now, and a lot of those worries with FMG have dissipated. And it just seems to be one of those stocks that everyone wants to get on at the moment. And with the iron ore price doing well, obviously that's going to be something the main impetus for a share like this. So FMG. Now to look at the top 5 losers, and heading the list was CIM, which is CIMIC Group, which had a bad week, actually had a bad day on Thursday, losing most of that 18.23% that it lost for the week on that one day. We'll get into that more in a moment. NHF was the second worst performer, losing 16.36%. That's NIB. They were at a profit warning, I guess you would call it, on Monday. And they gapped down pretty badly, and they kept on going down. But they've been in the downtrend for a while now, probably the last 6 months, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop at this stage. Third was a downer, down 13.64%. Then JIN, which is Jumbo Interactive, they were down 9.19%. And AP Eagers, their code is APE, they were down 9.05% for the week. Now, let's have a quick look at what CIMIC brought out, which might explain what happened to them. CIMIC Group today announced that it has completed an extensive strategic review of its financial investment of a non-controlling 45% interest in BIC Contracting, a company operating in the Middle East region. As part of the review, CIMIC initiated a confidential M&A process in respect of its financial investment in BIC. Discussions continue with a shortlist of potential acquirers for all or part of BIC. So what that's saying is that they had a review of what's going on in the Middle East with this company, BIC Contracting. They didn't like it and they decided they want to sell it. In addition, in the context of an accelerated deterioration of local market conditions, BIC is engaging in confidential discussions with its lenders, creditors, clients and other stakeholders. After a thorough evaluation of all available options, CIMIC has decided to exit the region and to focus its resources and capital allocation on growth opportunities in its main core markets and geographies. And now this is the kicker, the financial impact. In this context, CIMIC has reassessed its financial exposure to BIC, mainly shareholder loans and financial guarantees. CIMIC will recognise a one-off post-tax impact of around $1.8 billion in its 2019 financial statements, representing all of CIMIC's exposure in relation to BIC. It looks as though their investment is worth zero as far as they're concerned. The market didn't like it, and it treated it accordingly, down, as I said, what was it down? 18.23% for the week. And when these things happen, it wouldn't surprise to see this stock fall further for a while, because now sentiment has turned negative, and sometimes it doesn't matter what the company says from now on. It's treated with a lot of skepticism. So I'm going to have a short vid this week. I hope you had a good week, and I hope you have an awesome week this week. We'll see what happens at the end of it. I'll try and get the vid up next Friday. Cross my fingers. If not, it'll be over the weekend again. I'll talk to you then, guys. Catch ya.